Welcome. My name is Casey and I will be showing you the demo of the BellVue application for the Dukane MCS350. I will be using trybellvue.com for this demo. Let's start out by logging in as BellVue admin. You can see that the first thing we're presented with is a welcome screen listing the options that we have and a short description. Let's get familiar with the screen and the layout and what we have. Here on the upper left we have the current date and time that the BellVue appliance is configured to. On the bottom left we have the current user that is logged in. On the bottom right we have the license agreement. And here in the upper right we have two menu options that we can choose from. The home will bring you to the current screen. Time manager, let's take a look at that. Should bring you to the NTP manager, the system clock, and the jobs report. Now the NTP manager option, as you can see, or network time protocol, or internet time as it's sometimes referred to as, is used to synchronize the system clock on your Dukane MCS350 to the correct time. Back in 2005 there was a daylight savings time change for the calendar of when to spring forward and fall back. A lot of the Dukane 350s have the old daylight savings time schedule, and so they fall back at the wrong time and spring forward at the wrong time, and they don't spring forward at the correct time or fall back at the correct time. So at least 4 times during the year someone has to go in and fix the clock. This NTP manager, part of BellVue, manages that for you, so you never have to fix the system clock on your Dukane MCS350. A simple yes/no option enables or disables this. Click submit. The next option that we have is the system clock. Let's take a look at that. The system clock, you can notice, has a star by it. That means this is a real-time tab, so it's always going to take a couple seconds to load because BellVue is getting the time from the Dukane MCS350. You can see that it's very simple. The mode is preserved. You can change the hours, minutes, and days as you see fit. Options here, you can get the time again if for instance you've let the web page sit there and you're not sure what the time is. You can set time to a specific time, or you can set to the current time where the value used in the upper left is calculated and sent to the Dukane MCS350. One thing to note on that is mode is preserved. We only set the hour, minutes, and days. So whatever mode you're running, this get current time, or set to current time, preserves mode. Let's look at the jobs report button. Job report lists the current jobs that have been ran and the status, successful or failed, and an error message if something has not worked right. Let's go back up to the upper right. We have the profile option where we can change the current user's password. We have the help where we list where you can get additional help from, or email us for some help. At support.genintegration.com you can create a ticket and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more information, suggestions, feedback, things of that nature. And we have a logout. Logout will log you out and bring you to the login window. Let's go back home for a second. Right when you log in, you're presented with the welcome and the transfer screen. Let's take a look at the transfer. Transfer screen is the form that we hope you'll use the most to help manage your Dukane MCS350. Very simple to use. We have a variety of schedule files already loaded for this demo. And let's say today's an assembly and we need to load the assembly schedule. We would select that from the list, put in the assembly access code, and click transfer. Now why this is happening, only one conversation at a time can happen with your Dukane MCS350. This is managed through BellVue so that the configuration is set correctly. you can see that the submit button's been removed and an in process button is there, where if we click that, the job is still running. If you close the browser, job will continue to run. There is no cancel button because we want that conversation to be correct and that schedule file to be loaded. You can also monitor the progress of the job by clicking refresh. We can see that we're about halfway done transferring this new assembly schedule file to the Dukane MCS350. Over here we have a abbreviated version of the jobs reports that we saw on the other Time Manager tab, where we can view the current status of other jobs and very easily go back and see previous jobs in a full report. As with all report options, if you click on Actions, you have these options to select columns, filter, format, and also download. All reports can be downloaded in a CSV format or a PDF. Let's go back and click on Home, Transfer, and we can see that even though while we were on another screen, the job was running and completed successfully. Let's take a look at some other options that we have. On the right we have the advanced scheduler that I will cover in another web demo, but let's look at the schedule manager. The schedule manager, this is where a lot of technicians will spend their time. We can, as the menu says, edit, create, delete, upload, and so on schedule files to help us manage the variety of schedule files that the BellVue will hold. Now, BellVue will hold virtually unlimited number of configuration of schedule files for any realistic purpose. There is no limit set as long as the BellVue appliance can hold it, which it can. You can have as many as you need. So to edit, let's start out with that one. Let's use the demo 2 schedule file. We'll provide the access code. Click submit. Now, for the technicians out there, you'll see that this is a direct web replacement for Dukane's WinPal with some enhancements that we've made. If you're familiar with WinPal, you'll be familiar with our schedule editor. Works just the same. Make the changes you need, click submit. You can view the current schedule file and make changes to it as you see fit. Reports option. In WinPal, the reports would print directly to your default printer and you would never get an option to select anything. Here we have the same options that I showed you before on the jobs reports, where we can download the report in a CSV or in a PDF, save them off for later, select only what we need, things of that nature, to really give you control over your reports instead of just having them sent directly to the printer. Let's go back to the other edit screen. We'll click exit. Schedule manager. Now let's create a new schedule file. We go to create. We give it a unique name. We'll call this one demo 1. Click create. Schedule file has been created. To delete a schedule file, we use the delete option where we select it from a list. Let's go ahead and get rid of this demo 4. Provide the access code. Confirm it. And we can see that the schedule file of demo 4 has been removed. Now, another interesting feature is since BellVue can hold a lot of schedule files, you can transfer schedule files between locations. So let's go ahead and make a new demo file, but let's say it's from school B. We browse and we can see that we have a 350 file from another school that we can transfer into this BellVue. This again is BellVue saving you time and energy. You don't have to recreate the same schedule file through the editor. You can copy them from one BellVue to another BellVue, standardize across your entire district of the schedule files that are available to principals. We'll click Upload. And as that's processed, you can see that the file has been uploaded successfully. We can download the schedule file. We'll do the one we just sent by selecting it from a list and clicking Download. This transfer screen is the same screen as we saw on the Home tab, just in another convenient place for the technicians. The Receive is set up so that you can read the current configuration file from your Dukane MCS350. This is initially used for the setup of the BellVue, but it's there to help you save time, and very simple to use. Just as the transfer screen, you select which schedule file you want it to be received into, provide the access code because it's going to be overwritten, and say Receive. The receive job is started, and you can monitor it just as the transfer job. We'll click Refresh, and we'll come back to that in a second. Now, even though you can upload, download schedule files, the copy schedule screen is there to help you copy schedules so you aren't downloading and uploading them to make a copy. You can see that there's two drop-down lists. Select which schedule you're looking for from, to, and if you want to include the rooms directory. Now, the rooms directory has always been a problem for the Dukane MCS350 because it's been maintained inside the schedule file. Here we've broken them out, and we can copy the scheduling part of the schedule file or not, or we can copy just the rooms part. And so you would have that option here, simple yes, no, click Submit. Let's look at how to manage. If we need to rename a schedule file or give it a better description, this is where we would do it. Make the change, click Submit. Just as I mentioned before about copying the rooms directory, you can copy just the rooms directory from one to another. Simply select the from, the to, and click Submit. Now, let's go back and look at our receive. We have 5 seconds left. We don't have to stay on the screen to watch it. Click Refresh, and we have read or received the current schedule file from the Dukane MCS350. Now, one question people have is, can I edit the schedule file while it's being transferred and received? And that is a yes. Because another copy is made to maintain that conversation, any changes made during a transfer or receive are not sent at that time to the Dukane MCS350. That's the web demo for today. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at generalintegration.com. Check out our support site for tickets and documents to help get your BellVue set up and configured correctly. And thank you.